The Richard and Ruzika Spirit of Hope Award is given each year in the memory of a man who was the embodiment of character and charity, and whom this organization would not exist without. Rich was a dear friend of mine, passed away 13 years ago, 14 years ago. When we were starting in 2010, as we've sort of alluded to, we really kind of were created out of a little of a weird situation, so we weren't really normal, and we really didn't know how to go about it, but we knew we needed, as Adam said, piles, patience, and money. And money, Rich came up to me and Ruth Ann and basically said, you don't have to worry about the money part. Just get patience, just get pilots. And for basically the first 2 years, we didn't really need a lot of fundraising because Rich just funded it. And if we didn't do that, we would never have grown. We had 6 pilots. How do you go from 6 pilots to 500 pilots? You have to go to a lot of, all types of aviation events and hospitals, and you're making mistakes. It's all kind of stuff. So the really hard part of a charity, one of the hard parts is raising the money. Rich was there, dear friend, made it all happen. And so when he tragically passed away, it seemed only fitting that we would name an award after him because this organization meant so much to him. So So tonight's honorees are Richard and Ashley Brockmeyer. Now, if you don't know, if you've only been to the last 13 or 14 of these events, then you would know that Rich and Ashley have been to basically all of them. They have been, as I said, the earliest and most avid supporters of ours, and this award's actually very much overdue. As I said, they've been at every gala since inception. I met Rich 20-some odd years ago, 25 years ago, thank you. We both traded natural gas. One of my biggest mistakes in my career is I had the chance to hire this guy, and I didn't. But anyway, Rich became a real super successful natural gas trader, and has been, a part of, certainly part of my friendship for so many years. And Ashley and their family have been, have been coming to this event for so many years. So they get it. They understand what it's all about. Everyone here tonight is not worrying about what they're, about medical care tomorrow. But in this area, that we serve, there are people right now sitting and wondering, how the heck am I going to get somewhere? What am I going to do? I'm out of money. My car's got 200,000 miles on it, and I got to get to New York, and I live in Rochester. And Rich and Ashley their funding over the years has been able to answer that question for hundreds and hundreds of our patients, that they don't have to worry about that anymore because of their support. So it's only fitting that we honor you guys tonight, and because you have seen firsthand, actually you did a flight with me this year and you've done others, what we do. And so I'm really, really excited to have you be our honoree, and that because you really get what we're trying to do, and you've been a part of what we're doing, and you've actually participated in some of the flights. So if you would come on up here and accept your award. Get you an award.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone. I have to say I'm truly honored and honestly a little overwhelmed to be standing here tonight accepting the Rich Ruzika Award. To be recognized by SkyHope, an organization we admire so deeply, it's both humbling and incredibly meaningful. When I had dinner with Joe Howley and Brian Lazowski several months back, and they told me that they planned on honoring Ashley and I got choked up and flattered, but also I was kind of confused. I really didn't see how it made any sense. I don't see how we deserve it. There are so many people here, pilots, volunteers, staff, supporters, who give so much of themselves to make SkyHope's mission possible. I feel incredibly fortunate to be part of this community, surrounded by people whose generosity and spirit ceases to amaze me. And I have to admit, I was a really nervous flyer up until just a few years ago. So the idea of being up here and talking about flights and missions and really makes me feel pretty silly even accepting this. Our connection to SkyHope, as Joe mentioned, goes back for quite a while. I first met Joe and Brian Lazowski. We worked together at Sempra Energy Trading, started actually in 2001. I used to call Joe Superman. I still do, actually, because he was such a great trader. You've been a hero of mine for a very, very long time. When they started what was then called PALS, I was immediately moved by their vision, using aviation, not just for travel, but for healing, for hope, and for human connection. Ashley and I have been supporting the mission and attending the galas since the beginning, and have seen the organization grow and touch so many countless lives. Having watched what my friends have accomplished here at SkyHope, I realize they are some of the best human beings I've ever met. Not just incredibly talented and smart, but people with huge hearts, using their skills and vision to make a real difference in the world. These are truly supermen and superwomen here at SkyHope. One experience, as Joe alluded to, that truly reminded me of what SkyHope Matters, why SkyHope Matters happened this past summer. I had the privilege of joining a flight taking military veterans to a baseball game in Pittsburgh. Seeing them laugh, share stories, and enjoy a moment of pure joy made me realize something important. SkyHope's work isn't just about travel. It's about hope, dignity, and kindness to those who need it most. That's what SkyHope does, mission after mission, flight after flight. I also want to say I know how fortunate that I am in my life to have a healthy family, a beautiful wife, great parents, and plenty of opportunities. And I know not everyone's that lucky. So being involved with SkyHope reminds me of how lucky that I am, and to know that if my luck should ever change, there is hope, and there are some very excellent people still left in the world. So supporting SkyHope is our way to give back. Even though I'll never be a pilot, we can still contribute to this mission and help lift others. Receiving an award named after Rich Ruzika makes the moment even more meaningful. From everything I've learned about Rich, he embodied the heart, humility, and service that defines the organization. To be recognized in his name is an honor I'll cherish, and I hope to live up to even a small part of the example he set. To Joe and Christine, Howley, and Brian Lazowski, and to everyone who gives their time, talents, and heart to SkyHope, you remind us that the real power of, thank you, and you remind us that the real power of flight isn't just in reaching new places, it's in lifting people up. Thank you again for this incredible honor and for allowing us to be part of such a remarkable mission.
Okay, I wrote something really quick on the back of a receipt I wrote today. First, I want to thank you for honoring us this year. I never thought we would be up here. I remember 15 years ago when Rich asked me, hey, do you want to go to a charity that my buddy started? He flies sick kids around. I'm like, okay, I would love to. And I remember the first event in Greenwich. I laughed. The auction, with Chris and Ruth, they made me laugh. And then I also cried. And at the end of the day, I was like, I love what you guys are doing. You stole my heart, and I knew that every year I just had to support you guys. And, okay, sorry, last story. I just think what you guys are doing is just amazing, and I'm just very honored to be here and to be a dedicated supporter to this mission, and I look forward to the next 15 years and beyond. and know that we will always be here to support you guys.